Picture this. It's mere moments after a massive natural disaster. The environment is just total chaos. Infrastructure is heavily damaged, and you've got multiple relief teams scrambling to arrive and set up operations all at once. In today's Explainer, we're tackling a really critical challenge in crisis management. How do you actually coordinate that chaos? Because the highly complex, totally unpredictable nature of disasters means that early, effective intervention isn't just important, it is absolutely critical to saving lives and rebuilding communities.
The baseline problem we face here is that predicting the precise outcomes and impacts of these disasters is just an incredibly difficult task. We are dealing with highly variable regional characteristics, completely different levels of severity, and really specific, unpredictable climatic and geographical conditions at the exact moment a disaster strikes. Because pre-disaster forecasting simply can't give us absolute precision, the effectiveness of any preventative measure is always relative, and that sets the dramatic stakes for our explainer today. When disaster strikes, the immediate response literally has to be flawless because the environment around it is anything but.
Okay, let's dive into this. Despite the active participation of numerous non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, working alongside government units in crisis management, severe coordination challenges just stubbornly persist. As detailed in research led by Enes Karislan, a massive coordination deficit exists. Just imagine walking through an uncoordinated relief camp. You've got different NGO tents operating in complete silos. Logistical bottlenecks are literally everywhere, with unorganized piling aid supplies and well-meaning but completely confused volunteers. This glaring lack of collaboration leads directly to the suboptimal utilization of vital resources, which makes it exceedingly difficult to actually get assistance to the most vulnerable disaster victims.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is understanding why this happens. Well, the traditional centralized systems used to manage these crises are frankly deeply flawed. They rely heavily on intermediaries to process information and coordinate the aid. But in an emergency, red tape is the absolute last thing you need. These intermediaries actually slow down operations. And worse, they can create central points of failure, meaning the whole system can completely crash or just fail to function right when it's needed most. The real-world consequence of not having robust technological systems is devastating. We're talking deeply entrenched inefficiencies in resource allocation, which leaves the most vulnerable victims completely without aid.
So how do we fix this? Well, by shifting to a radically different approach. We have to move away from that chaotic physical choke point and replace it with a glowing, interconnected peer-to-peer blockchain network. Imagine these digital nodes lighting up across a map of a disaster zone, each one representing secure, fair, and transparent data flow. There's no centralized choke point here. It's just a seamless, decentralized web of immediate communication and real-time resource tracking.
And that brings us right to the core of the research. To address these critical failures, Karislan and his colleagues proposed a targeted solution called the NGO RMSD. This is a blockchain-based, decentralized system designed specifically to enhance collaborative efforts during and after disasters. It essentially functions as a distributed application where NGOs, individuals in need, and supporters can all participate directly. The beauty of this whole shebang is that it removes those central choke points entirely. It allows different organizations to coordinate instantly without waiting on a single, overwhelmed governing intermediary to give the green light.
Which leads us to this powerful quote from the study. They state that decentralized systems provide superior security, transparency, and immutability. By fundamentally eliminating the intermediaries, this system establishes a trusted environment. And trust is literally everything in a crisis. When multiple stakeholders, from local governments to independent charities, are working in the exact same disaster zone, a decentralized model is fundamentally more robust, reliable, and efficient than the old centralized models. Everyone is working off the same immutable ledger, meaning no single entity can accidentally delete or alter the data. It's locked in.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the specific technology driving the transformation. It's fascinating. The NGO RMSD model utilizes the Quorum framework, which was specifically chosen for its energy efficiency, and that is a crucial factor when power grids might be completely down or limited. On top of that, it deploys autonomous smart contracts. These are essentially automated protocols that can effectively assess and prioritize the needs of affected individuals without needing human authorization at every single step. Relief workers out in the field can just use digital tablets to make real-time updates directly into the system.
Let's walk through how seamless this process is on the ground. Step 1. An NGO worker on the ground verifies the location and the specific need. Say, they need medical supplies. Step 2. They instantly update the blockchain ledger via their tablet.
Step 3, that autonomous smart contract immediately kicks in, transparently and fairly dispatching supply trucks directly to that verified location. Picture this, highly organized, real-time response. Trucks rolling out exactly to where they're needed. No duplicate deliveries, no lost paperwork. The environment goes from chaotic to completely organized, secure, and fair.
Ultimately, what this decentralized model guarantees is transparency. It allows all participating organizations to conduct their updates reliably. By solving that massive coordination deficit we talked about, the NGO RMSD ensures that resource allocation is not just timely, but meticulously accurate. When everybody is sharing the exact same unchangeable reality of what is needed and where, the pace of post-disaster recovery accelerates exponentially. It's a real game changer.
Which leaves us with this final, rather provocative thought to consider. If a glowing, interconnected digital ledger can step into the most chaotic, unpredictable environments on Earth and turn physical chaos into organized, efficient relief, is decentralization the ultimate lifeline for our most unpredictable moments? The potential of blockchain technology to fundamentally rewrite how we save lives and rebuild after disaster is, well, it's truly profound.
This potential is brilliantly outlined in the recent research by Enes Kara Arslan, A. Özkan, C. Duck, and U. Korkmaz. Their 2024 paper, Towards Decentralized Resource Management for Disasters, NGO RMSD, published in Facta Universitatis, Series Electronics and Energetics, lays out this entire framework. Thanks for joining this explainer, and we'll see you next time.